I happen to be in the SMC studio today, so I thought I'd just take the opportunity to make another quick video for the Industrial Observer Network and the Risky Business Show. I'm your host, Jimcendoma, and I want to talk a little bit about branding. So a lot of people, they really have mixed answers about, what is branding. Some people think your logo is your brand. Some people think, well, your product is your brand. So just what constitutes a brand? Well, a brand is, I like to think of it a little bit like making a milkshake. So you have to start with quality products, fresh eggs, fresh milk, natural flavorings, and you mix it all together and you come up with your favorite milkshake, be it chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry. And everything that goes in there is your logo, your product, quality assurance, how you handle customer relationships, and one of the most important is your image, your integrity, your honesty, your character, your standing in the community. All these things make up a brand. And when people have a good feeling about a brand, it's all those things together. And the logo, when they see the logo, it serves as a reminder of what the product's supposed to do, that it's a quality product. The people running the company have a high level of integrity. They're honest. I enjoy interacting with the people in the company. I will promote this company to my friends and family. That is everything that encompasses a brand. And it's really challenging to get to that level. Think about, you come up with a great logo. Everybody likes it. It's a great logo, but your product is of low quality. So what does the logo do? It just reminds you that you bought 5 of them and you had to return 5 of them. So here again, your brand is built on a lot of different things that come together to make it, to solidify it and create that image of who you are in the workplace. And you can also look at, when you see the Apple, people would think of Stephen Jobs, Chrysler, Lee Iacocca, Ford, Henry Ford. These people all were part of the brand. And sometimes, many times, you remember the actions of the founders of the company and the CEOs and the C-suite who run the company and how they conduct themselves as to whether or not you're going to use their product or to whether you like their brand or to whether you want to help promote their brand. The other thing I want to look at and talk about is protecting your brand. And I mentioned Ford earlier in the conversation. So for a long time, Honda Motor Company was at the top of the heap. Motor Trend Car of the Year every year. Families were Honda families. And they just would, if father brought a Honda, I'd pass it along to his son or his daughter, and he bought a new one. And they just became Honda families. Kids went out and got married. They became Honda families. Ford came up with a car called the Taurus, and it knocked Honda right off the top of the heap. And Ford was Motor Trend Car of the Year, and they outsold Hondas, and they became the #1 selling car for about 3 years in a row. And then they took that for granted. They took that Taurus brand for granted, and they didn't put any more money into it to upgrade it, keep it modern, listen to the voice of the customer, and incorporate newer benefits, a newer experience. And what happened as it just became another jelly bean shaped car. And the brand faded. and sales went down, and Ford decided to do away with it because sales were dropping off. I don't even know if they thought about the fact that they just did not continually improve the product. Honda jumped right back up to the top because they were continually, Honda, Toyota, they continually reinvest in their products. Ford, realizing they had a problem, decided to bring in another gentleman to run it, and they made history because they brought in a gentleman that was not from the automotive world. They brought in a gentleman from the aviation world. I believe his name was Bill Mallory. Bill Mallory says, wow, you guys had a great brand in Taurus. Let's bring it back. So they brought it back, and this is one of the hardest things to do. It's really, really hard to reshape your image or to change an image once the public has burned that image into their brain. It's much easier to reinvest and keep that brand fresh, positive, well-received, and a great experience so people keep promoting it. Once you stop guarding your brand and it goes to obsolescence and you try to bring it back, it really matters how much you put into it, because the buying public already has an image in their mind. So that's the Risky Business take on branding and guarding your brand. Risky Business out.